always be lean and mean. Be lean and mean.
Be lean and mean.
Always be lean and mean.
You better be lean and mean.
We didn't build this for you to come in and have fun for 5 or 10 years and blow it for 5 or 10 years and then sacrifice for the rest of your life. We built this for you to come in and pay a price and learn a new business and go in business for yourself and build your own company and make money and save money and watch your expenses and become financially independent and then enjoy that for the rest of your life. See, folks, at A.L. Williams, we didn't believe in fake it until you make it. See, at A.L. Williams, we didn't believe you needed a big house or a big office or a big car or wearing fancy $1,000 suits, having a Rolex watch. See, you need to keep your expenses low. You can't ever be too low with your expenses. Your personal expenses and your business expenses. You got to live below your means. You got to prepare for crap that happens. Folks, in building your own business, you got to understand that you grow in plateaus. I see so many people that go out there, when I talk about you riding a roller coaster, so many people say, Art, that worked for you. I mean, you had these bad months, you had these disappointments. That ain't going to work for me. My people ain't going to let me down. Your people ain't no different from nobody else's people. You see, folks, all you got to do is get down just like that. All you got to do is lose a little bit of your excitement, a little bit of your enthusiasm, and this business don't sizzle. It don't work. All you got's a job. Handling money. Folks, it's unbelievable the number of people that would come to A.L. Williams, and man, they'd get so excited, they'd say, man, this is it for me. Man, I'm going to the top now. This is my opportunity. And man, they'd start making money, boy, and then all of a sudden they couldn't stand it. They started comparing themselves to everybody. And man, they had to have a bigger house, and they had to have a bigger car, and they had to have a bigger diamond ring for their wife. And they didn't pay their taxes, and they made stupid investments. And they just did it over and over and over and over and over. Then all of a sudden they had a crisis, and you will have. And they were wiped out. I'd rather see you drive a Chevrolet and have $10,000 cash in Primerica stock or mutual fund, okay, than drive a BMW. And I see so many people that go out there and they make maybe $5,000 this month, and then they have something happen, they go make $3,000 the next month, then $4,000, then $3,500. And every time their income goes down, they get depressed. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's been for 250 years. It'll be that way in the next 250 years. You don't have a straight line shot to the top. Every month you're making more money, right? If your people say, that's the cheapest guy I've ever seen, that's the greatest compliment. Your people, because not only is that the way you better be, but you're teaching them to be cheap, right? And the quickest way to go broke is to have everybody out there telling you need a bit more space, you need more phone. Everybody spend your money like you can't believe, right? And your dadgum name's on the line, right? You better save money. Every part-time ought to save 100% of everything he makes at A.L. Williams. Every full-time ought to save 50% of every paycheck. You got to pay your taxes. You need to have conservative investments. I know more people that have blown their opportunity at A.L. Williams, worried about paying taxes, going out there and taking their money and putting it into some kind of risky thing, trying to make a fortune and losing everything they got and had to start over. You better be conservative. You buy your home. You start an IRA. You put your mutual fund. You put your money in a mutual fund. Keep your expenses low. I believe your office expenses should never be more than 10% of your cash flow. Your total business expenses never more than 15 to 20, tops 25%. Be slow to expand. Your people will spend your money like you can't believe, right? Right? Folks, every time you feel a need to go out and get more telephones and more offers, always wait 90 days. That's an unwritten law in this business. History tells me that. I've seen so many people blow their opportunity because they have one good month, they have one great cash flow month, and they go out and buy a new house or a new car, go get a bigger office, they obligate them to a 2 or 3 year lease, then they have a chargeback, they lose their best guy, they go down the toilet and they're years trying to make up for that decision. Always wait 90 days after you see a crisis to expand your office. In your personal living style, wait 2 years before you make 2 years after you think you need a new home or after you think you need something new. Wait 2 years until you make that expenditure, folks.
You got to make a decision how you're going to handle your money. One of the dangers in having y'all making so much money so much faster than all of us did. And we came in this thing, I was making $10,000 a year coaching. All of us that started the company, we didn't come from big money. It took us a long time to make big money, and that was such a blessing because we handled our money well. We built great financial principles, and if you're not careful and you do all this stuff fast, you get lazy and sorry and sloppy. See, as a leader, you got too many people counting on you, right? You can't slop it up. You can't go out there and make stupid financial decisions. You got to have the courage to hang in there and keep fighting and come back.
I had one guy at dinner the other night ask that, Art, you know, how much gas does it take to run the Lady Angela? And I said, listen, if you got to worry about that crap, you don't ever buy a dadgum boat, right? I'm saying, see, I see more people, folks, buy their dream house, what they think their dream house is too early. Then they get in there and they can't put curtains on the wall, and they can't buy the dadgum furniture, and they just struggle making a dadgum house payment, right? If you just wait a couple of years, keep fighting, keep that goal of greatness in mind, keep paying the price, keep sacrificing. I think people ought to prepare to come full time. They ought to have it. I spent 2.5 years part-time in this business before I came full time. I had $42,000 cash. See, folks, that was a 2 to 3 year income. I could have lived 2 to 3 years without making a penny in this business before I came full time. Do you understand? I almost died then 1,000,000 times every day, scared to death. You understand? But that was my, and now today I'm worth a little bit, okay? Now, folks, now you might say, well, Arn, I'm going to come full time broke. I don't care. Well, I ain't got a pot to pee in, right? And I'm just going, well, it didn't work for me. When I founded A.O. Williams, when I helped found A.O. Williams, I had $200,000 in cash. Folks, Angela, of course, my standard of living had gone up a little bit now, but that was about 5 years of income. Angela, I could have lived for 4 or 5 years, folks, without making a sale when I founded AON. Without making a single sale, we could have gone 4 or 5 years, and I never touched that money. That's another principle, okay? You save the money, don't ever touch it, right? But man, that's that little edge I'm talking about right there, okay?
Folks, don't loan money to your people. I've loaned money. I've given more money away than any of you ever will. I've never loaned a nickel to anybody in this business that I didn't delay a problem. I let people know, folks, I'll give you everything I got, and that's a bunch, except my money. See, sometime in your life, you're going to get as low as you can get. It happened to me. And then you and you alone have got to make up your mind, dadgummit, if you're tired of starving. If you're tired of being average and ordinary. I'll be there 7 days a week. I'll do anything I can. But dadgummit, you've got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
The reason I call this guy up here is we've been a buddy for over 30 years now.
Yes, sir.
Everybody that builds a team is going to come to a crossroads in your life. A real gut check. It happened to me in coaching, and it happened to me a number of times in A.O. Williams. And you're going to get low as a snake, and you can decide to give up. Everybody's going to do it, folks. You got to prepare for crap, because shit's going to happen. It's going to happen, folks. Get ready. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in the most unexpected times, right?
Right.
This guy got hit a few years ago. Smart Loans disappeared, right? Citigroup disappeared. He had an office manager that was a family manager, stole a lot of money from him, right? She didn't pay the taxes. He had $2 million he had to pay to the IRS. How many people after 25 or 30 years would have the courage to suck it up one more time, to go for it one more time? What we wanted at A.O. Williams were RVPs that could suck it up when you're low as a dadgum snake, right?
Right.
We didn't even have guidelines the first 2 years at A.O. Williams. We wanted to promote the person. The most important thing was somebody with a heart.
That's right.
Somebody was tough, would get after your ass. And this guy did it.